Welcome to the Let's Get Inspired live vlog. My name's Brad, and this is the Inspirational Ambivert channel. I'm going to get straight into this today. Recently, I've been doing some videos, and I've been on holiday, and they have been, let's say, I've been going with the flow type of thing. But now I'm going to be a bit more punchy, back on track to what I was doing before. What we're talking about today. This is the title for today. It's episode 60, by the way. It's Saturday. I'm in Croatia at the moment. That's 10 to 12, so it'll be 10 to 11 in England. This is the title for today is Narcissistic Abuse, the stuff no one talks about. So narcissistic abuse, the stuff no one talks about. So welcoming everybody. Today we're going to talk about something that a lot of people live with. And they might not even always be aware of it completely, but almost no one actually talks about these things a lot of the time. It's narcissistic abuse, not the TikTok version, not the buzzwords that we hear sometimes. I mean, the real stuff, the real suffering, the real aftermath of going through narcissistic abuse, how it's a long journey for the healing process to occur. The stuff that only you understand if you've lived it. Sometimes only you've lived it, and everyone else around you has no idea. They don't see it the same way you do, but only you can see it, which can feel very isolating, which can feel very lonely indeed. So if you're here right now, you're not alone. And if something I say lands within you, if you feel something resonates with you, just drop a message in the chat. We're building a space where people don't have to pretend they're not fine anymore, okay? That's what it's all about. So first, we're going to talk about the shame that no one talks about. I need to leave a little thing on here. Let me just type something in, forgive me. One moment, please. We'll get there eventually. Anyone feel shame after narcissistic abuse is what I'm going to write in here. Anyone feel shame after narcissistic abuse experiencing? One moment, guys. I'm just typing this in. Sorry about this. Get there eventually. There we go. That doesn't sit where I want it to sit anymore. It sits in the wrong place. So let me just. That's the best I'm going to get there. I know I've got a lot above me here, but that's going to have to do. That's going to have to do. There we go. Does anyone feel any shame after experiencing narcissistic abuse? I'm going to crack on. I'm going to be on my own probably with this, but it's all good. I'm still as good as I was before. Of course I am. I'm still as good as I was before. I'm going to crack on. I'm going to do the best I can. Okay. So the shame that no one talks about. You know what? When somebody tells you that the shame is often worse than the actual person. So what does that mean? The shame of the person that's undergone the narcissistic abuse, that the pain that they felt about it, they've experienced it. There's a shame linked to that. That person can feel shameful, but she isn't good. She isn't healthy, isn't good. But I can understand it. Hi, Sandra. Good morning. Thanks for joining today. I really appreciate it. Means a lot. So let's start with, you like this topic. Yeah, it's a very interesting topic. It's very broad topic. I agree. I'm going to get back into what I was doing before. I've been on holiday this week, and I've been doing loads of lives, but I've just been turning up and being, let's say, creative but spontaneous. But my videos have lacked a bit of structure, and I think I've been doing a bit too much recently. That's my own fault. And I've got a bit burnt out with it a little bit with the content creation. But I want to get back on track. I'm going to be doing set times going forwards, like Saturdays and Sundays. I'm going to be more structured. I'm going to be more punchy. I'm going to be putting more, I don't know, a bit more structured with what I'm doing. That's what I'm going to be doing going forwards. It's an important topic. Anyway, so let me keep going. I'll keep going the best I can. Sandra's saying, I definitely felt and carried a lot of shame. I couldn't be myself for a huge part of my life, but I'm on my healing journey, so I feel much more free now. So you're further down the road, Sandra. So let me speak about that shame for staying. You can feel like I've done it. I've been in previous relationships where I've stayed longer than I should. I've ignored all the red flags. I've let them disrespect me. I've let them take the piss. I've carried it going for too long. I really have in the past. And I felt that shame for staying with that person. Like, how have I allowed this to happen? How the fuck have I got into this situation? That type of thing goes through your mind. It's not a nice feeling. It's like you feel shameful. You're like, why have I allowed this? I remember being really angry at myself, really angry at myself. That was one of the worst parts, because I thought at the time I was this is over 10 years ago, sorry. I was in that relationship, let's say. It wasn't a good relationship. There was narcissism. Definitely, I was being used, etc., etc. It wasn't a healthy relationship, let's say that. And I allowed a lot of things that I shouldn't have allowed. And even though I knew quite a bit, I had quite a bit of knowledge at the time. And after it, I was angry at myself. I was really upset at myself. I was like, how the fuck have you allowed this to happen? How the fuck have you got in this situation? There's your shame, and you feel really bad. Like, what's wrong with me? Why have I got into this position? It's not good. That's where the shame can come from. Sanders then saying, I feel more comfortable in who I am now. I know myself more. That's good, isn't it? That's great. You've come through the other end a little bit more, Sander. That's brilliant. Knowing yourself, that's being compos mentis, isn't it? To know thyself, to know yourself. That's like a Latin word, compos mentis. I love that word. One of my favorite words is to know yourself. If you know yourself, that's a deeper understanding of who you are, and therefore it's going to elicit self-love more, isn't it? Feeling self-full, feeling love in yourself, which is a massive part of the healing journey, isn't it? So that's great, Sander, by the way. So next, I'm going to move on to the shame for hoping that they will fucking change. The shame that you're going to feel because you're hoping that they're going to change. And a lot of the time, you think they're going to change. You're hoping that they're going to change. You're praying that they're fucking going to change. And they're not. They're just not. But you see, obviously, you can be it's confusing if you're around a narcissistic person. They're going to love bomb you. They're going to have a lot of them have a very charismatic charm to them. They're larger than life. They light up the room. They're fun. They appear to be popular. Maybe they are popular on a superficial level. Maybe they are from a superficial standpoint. They could be popular. Everyone could see. Everyone around you you could see their bad side, their narcissistic side, because you're in a relationship with them. You're seeing their true dark side. But to everybody else, they're holier than thou. They're the really nice, caring, supportive person. This is what these narcissistic people can be like. This is how these narcissistic people can present sometimes, and then therefore you can feel shameful for giving them a second chance, because you think, oh, everyone else likes them. It's just me that sees them as bad. I might be wrong here. Oh, I'm going to give them a second chance. Obviously, with a narcissistic person, they're fucking loving that, because it's a get out of jail free card. They're not going to take any responsibility, any accountability. They're going to talk to you like shit. They're going to treat you like fucking shit as well. And then happy days if they get a second chance. But you can feel shame for doing that. Like, how have I allowed this? Why have I let this person do this to me again? I feel shame. You can feel shame. How do I know? I've fucking done it. I've been there. I've done it. I've experienced it. That's why I know I can discuss these things. I can talk about these things. So yes, Sandra's saying, oh my God, that's the story of my life. Yes, snap. Less so now going forwards, but in the past, big time story of your life. And that's probably a sign. You feel shameful for doing that. However, in my opinion, it's a good sign. You're an open-minded, caring, empathetic. You have a lot of empathy. Let's say that. I can't struggle to say that word. Sorry. You have a lot of true, genuine empathy towards others, and therefore, you give people the benefit of the fucking doubt. You give them a second chance. You're understanding and caring. But a narcissistic person, they're going to use a healthy, normal person might appreciate that, which is a beautiful thing. Because everyone's human, everyone fucks up, no one's perfect, we all make mistakes. And sometimes it's good to give people a second chance in some situations because no one's perfect. And if they're genuinely sorry, if they're upset, they feel bad, they're genuinely sorry, that's a great thing, isn't it? It's okay. Then you move forwards, you move on. However, a narcissistic person, they're just going to keep doing the same shit. They don't give a fuck. They're just using you. Of course they are. But I do understand the shame that people can feel. I'm going to read Sandra's comment. Sandra said, I've always felt gaslighted as others have praised these people to me. But I got the real version of them in private and witnessed their narcissistic traits, their selfishness and unkindness. Let me break that down. It's a very good comment. Let me just pin that. Thank you. That's great. So I've always felt gaslighted as others have praised these people to me. So you're thinking, that person's, you're experiencing the narcissistic behavior. You're thinking, fucking hell, they're an asshole. They're not nice. They're doing all these horrible things. They're saying all these nasty things. Then you're thinking, but everyone else is saying so many good things about them. So it can make you feel like, am I wrong? Am I second guessing myself? Am I doing the right thing? Am I the bad guy in this situation? Because everyone else is saying how nice they are, but they don't really know them. They're only knowing them on a superficial level. And how are they going to know them on a superficial level? The narcissist might just be around them every now and again, small little segments, so small frequencies of being around others. Therefore, they can put their persona, their mask. They can pretend to be the nice guy for short periods of time, very, 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 very well, and very, very fucking convincingly as well. So they can appear larger than life. They can seem like that they light up the room. They're lovely, amazing people, but you know deep down that they're not. But it can be confusing when others don't see what you see. But yes, you will get the real version of them in private because the mask is going to fucking slip, isn't it? That mask is going to slip, especially behind closed doors, especially when you spend enough time around them. They can't keep it up. Can't keep that mask up. That persona, the fucking mask, is going to fall off, and underneath the mask, it's going to be ugly, isn't it? And then you're going to witness their narcissistic traits, their selfishness and unkindness, and it's going to be unleashed upon you, isn't it? You're going to be the one. They're not going to deal with all their negative emotions, all their trauma. They're going to trauma dump it all on you. So yes, thanks for sharing. This can make you, Sandra's saying, this can make you feel guilty and like you're so wrong about them. I felt this a lot in my life with my closest family members. Absolutely, it can make you feel guilty. That falls right into their hands. They want you to feel guilty. They want you to take responsibility for their actions. Yep, they love that one. You felt this a lot throughout my life with my closest family members. I'm sorry, Sandra, that you felt that. It's not easy at all. They kept breaking my heart over and over again. Oh, I'm sorry, Sandra. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm going to move on. So we're talking about the shame no one talks about, the shame that a person that's suffered narcissistic abuse is going to feel, potentially. So we're moving on. They're going to shame you for ignoring the red flags that you saw clearly. So shame for ignoring the red flags that you saw clearly. Thanks, Brad. No worries. It's all good. Let me just break that down. I'm referring to my notes a little bit here. It gives me some guidance. Then I'm elaborating on those notes, just be open and honest. You're going to feel shame for ignoring the red flags. Yeah. How do I know? Have I done it? Yeah. Have I seen red flags in others? Yeah. Selfishness, narcissistic behavior with an ex-partner that I was with. And you see the red flags, but you ignore them. And sometimes you might even go, I know they're an absolute cunt and a dickhead, and I know they're really behaving really badly, but her heart is in the right place, or his heart is in the right place. They don't mean any bad, by the way. That's ignoring the red flags. And sometimes you can justify a narcissistic person's behavior to others, to your friends, to your family. You might have a family member that go, that person's not all right. You're that your partner, they're behaving in a really bad way, and they could tell this to you, but then you justify their behavior. You say, "Oh, it gets like that sometimes," but the heart's in. I hate that saying. The heart's in the right place. Sometimes people's hearts are in the right place. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's not always wrong, but a lot of the time, with regards to narcissistic behavior, and when we can justify their behavior, excuse their behavior, ignore those red flags, we can just say, oh, the heart's in the right place. It's like, really? The heart's in the right place, is it? Not always. Depends on the person, depends on the situation. So yeah, I'm going to keep going, guys. So then there's the shame. I'm going to move on. The shame for letting them back in again and again and a fucking again. So they've mistreated you. They've been horrible to you. They've disrespected you in front of your family. They've done some awful fucking things to you that are absolutely, they're just pissed all over you. They don't respect you. And then you're letting them back again and again and again. And how does this sometimes occur? They'll do something shitty to you. Really fucking shitty, by the way. And then, what was I going to say? They'll do something really shitty to you. Yeah, I'm trying to get the words out, guys. Sorry. And then they'll know they've gone too far. You're really angry. You're like, fuck you, I've had enough. You try to challenge them. And sometimes they'll try and blame you for it. They'll try and get you to say sorry for their behavior. That's ideal for them. However, if they don't achieve that, they go back to love bombing phase. Love bombing. So they know that they've gone too far here. They want to reel you back in. So they go back to that honeymoon phase period of behavior, don't they? They start to be really fucking nice to you. Start to love bomb you. And if you've got holes, if you don't know yourself well, you've got trauma, you've got insecurities, they'll know what them insecurities are, and they'll know what to say to target those insecurities, won't they? They'll fucking know. They're not stupid. They're not stupid at all. They have zero emotional intelligence, don't get me wrong. They don't give a fuck about you, but they're calculated, and a lot of the time, they're really, really smart people, these narcissistic people. They're fucking smart. A lot of the time, they're really funny as well. Really funny, really charismatic. And they'll know what your insecurities are, and they'll go, right, she's insecure about that, he's insecure about that, whatever, which doesn't matter what's gender. It's just a person, isn't it? Let's go with that. And they're going to fucking pinpoint them. And they're going to blow smoke up your fucking ass. And then you're going to, oh, aren't they lovely? Aren't they lovely? It's okay, come back. Come back. And they go, yes, I'm back. I'm back. And then they'll keep up the facade for maybe a day or two, maybe even a week if you're lucky. And then they'll go back to baseline behavior, back to treating you like a cunt. And do you want to be treated like a cunt? No. Do you fuck? But then you can feel that's where the shame can come from yourself. Like, shit, I feel so bad. I feel so shameful. I've allowed this person to shit over me. I've allowed this person to manipulate me. And I keep falling for the same thing over and over and over and over again. That's how that can feel. How do I know? I've fucking done it. Anyway, one sip of water and then I'll go to Sanders' comment. One moment, guys. I get thirsty speaking a lot. They'll also know what to say to temporarily reel you in and make you feel better. Yeah, they know exactly what to say. Exactly what to say. They know exactly what makes you tick. They're very, very smart, very, very calculated. They'll use this tactic if they have to. Ideally, though, they wouldn't use this tactic. I think a lot of the time they'll just go, "What you want about? I didn't spill that wine over there. I didn't do that. I didn't fuck up. What you want about? I didn't do that," even though they did. They go, "It was you, wasn't it? It was you. You made me do it. You made me do that. You made me feel this way. that type of thing. So they'll use that as well. There's different tactics they're going to use, all to avoid accountability. That's how it fucking goes. Okay, I'm going to move on. One moment, guys. Thank you. So let me tell you something with regards to that. It's the shame is manufactured, isn't it? It's not yours. It's not your shame. It might feel like your shame. You might believe it's your shame, but it is manufactured. It's by design. It's by design, consciously or unconsciously. It's something they've built in you slowly on purpose. They've slowly reeled you in. Sorry, that better. It's sorry about the camera there. You can't see my face though, unfortunately. Is that okay? Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Sandra. That's great. Yeah, so sorry, refer to my notes again. Thank you for that. It's something they've built in you slowly on purpose. They've slowly manufactured these situations and scenarios. It's all part of the big, let's say, web of manipulation. And they're getting you to that point. They want you to doubt yourself. They want you to feel insecure. They want you to feel shame, even though that shame's not really justified a lot of the time for you to feel. It's their shame, it's their insecurity, but you're feeling their shit. If you get what I'm trying to say, you're feeling their shit, basically. Anyway, so we're going to move on. The crazy making stage. One moment, please. Let me just type this in. The crazy making stage. Let me just do that one moment. There we go. Let me go put that on. The crazy making stage. Right, that's what I'm going to talk about next. Let me have a sip of water and I'm going to crack on. I'm going to do the best I can. It's all good. I feel like I have to readjust what I'm doing currently. Like I said, I'm in Croatia. I'm in Split. I'm having a little break now. I'll talk about this in a moment. I just want to say I've been doing a lot of different videos, a lot of different lives at odd times where people aren't going to really watch in the morning when people are at work. I've been trying different creative outlets, let's say, with regards to the content that I've been making, which is a good thing sometimes. It's good to do those things. It's good to be creative, good to try new things. But I'm going to get back on track to what really resonates with people that are on here the best I can. I've been a little bit laboured and a little bit less. My energy's not been perfect, if I'm honest. I need to get back on track. And this is me getting back on track. This is me speaking a lot more energetically and more precisely about what I'm talking about. I'm sorry if my content hasn't been as sharp as usual, but going forward, it's going to improve, of course. Yeah, and another one, I'm just talking about my thoughts, feelings. Yeah, I've been a little bit down recently, with regards to the content. I really care about what I'm doing. I really, really want this to work. I really care about it. I put a lot of time and energy into this. But I've been a bit too random recently, doing different types of topics, different types of content, not at the best times. So I need to be a bit more strategic about what I'm doing going forward. I'm just giving my thoughts and feelings there, of course. So anyway, enough of that. I'm back on track, by the way. I'm back on track. So the crazy making fucking stage. The crazy making stage, no one talks about how you start to doubt your reality. You could be the most grounded, logical person in the world. You could have a lot of common sense. You're very logical. You're very straight to point. You know what's right. You know what's wrong. You're not stupid. Therefore, having a lot of common sense. You could be the most grounded, logical person in the world. But the constant gaslighting, fucking gaslighting, is going to make you second guess everything, isn't it? The constant doubts. Never, ever underestimate the power of suggestion. I'm going to say it again. Never underestimate the power of suggestion. And the power of suggestion it's going to be used by a narcissistic person. Therefore, it's in line with gaslighting, isn't it? It's like you could be the most logical person in the world, but you're going to doubt how you're thinking, how you're feeling. This person's going to make you doubt yourself a lot. So they're going to try and make you feel guilty for things they've done. They're going to go, why? What? You're not feeling that. You're not that person. You're harmless. You're this. You're that. And you're like, they're telling you who you are, potentially. They're telling you who you are, and they're telling you what you're thinking, and they're telling you what your thoughts and feelings are, even though they're not yours, even though they're not fucking true. But they're telling you all these things. And what can happen if you're around a person in a house, living with them, you're in that environment all the fucking time, this gaslighting is going to make you second guess yourself, even if you're the most logical person in the world, even if you've fucking got loads of common sense. It's going to make you doubt yourself, especially if you're open-minded, you're understanding, you have a lot of empathy, and you're not really experienced with narcissistic people. Fucking, you're going to be easy pickings, especially if you're 25. If you're younger, even easier pickings because you're inexperienced. You've not dealt with these things before. That's going to make you second guess yourself. That's when the gaslighting comes in. So I've just one moment, so I'll carry on. So did that happen? I've read to my notes a moment, sorry. Did that happen, or am I exaggerating? Did that really happen? Did he really just do that? Did he really just fucking smash the table up? Did he really do it? Did he really just disrespect my family? Did he really do that? Or am I imagining things? Or am I exaggerating? Because he doesn't seem to see it's a big deal. Oh, he's just told me you're being too sensitive. That could be it. Oh, you're being too sensitive. Don't take it personally. I'm only joking. Therefore, you might start to think, oh, am I over exaggerating? Oh, he always does that. It's okay. He does that sometimes. And then you start to, it becomes that shitty behavior can become the norm. It can become the normal. It's abnormal, but it's your normal, if you know what I mean. And therefore, you can second guess yourself, thinking that you're over exaggerating in that situation. Moving on, maybe I'm being too sensitive here. Mm-hmm. This is the crazy making stage. Remember this. You're very sensitive, aren't you? Don't take it personally. You need to toughen up. You need to have a thicker skin. I'm only joking. They can accuse you of being too sensitive. And what's sensitive? I've said this fucking before. Being sensitive is having guess what that is? That is a sign of emotional intelligence. That is one of the strengths. It's a strength. Being sensitive, being aware of the nuances of the energy of the room around people is therefore your emotional intelligence. You're watching people, you're observing people. That's your emotional intelligence kicking in. That's the sensitivity. But a narcissistic person, they're going to be a fucking cunt. They're going to treat you like shit. They're going to do things that are bang out of order. They really are bang out of order. And they're going to be disrespecting you on every single level, blaming you for their shit behavior, like I've said before. And then they're going to have the cheek to go, don't be too sensitive. As soon as they know that you've got a bit angry, they want to reel you back in again. Because you're getting angry now. You're getting upset. They've done something to you. They've pissed you off. They've disrespected you. So you're justified in a way of going, do you know what? I'm calling out this behavior. It's out of order. And they go, what does a narcissistic person say? Oh, they're getting a bit angry. I want to drag them back down to manipulation level. I don't want them at a 10. Because if you're at a 10, you're raging. They can't control a raging person. They want you anxious and a bit unsure at 6 or 7. This is on a scale of 0 to 10. This scale is 0, very calm, 10, fucking raging. They want you at a 6 or a 7. They don't want you at a fucking 10, you're raging. They don't want you at 0. If you're at 0, you're really calm. The narcissistic person doesn't want a calm person who's not reacting to anything. Neutral person. Can't manipulate them. That's ideally where we all want to be, at a 0, isn't it? Nice, calm. Fucking calm, compass mentis and calm. So they want you at a 6 or a fucking 7. So you've got offended, whatever you've got offended with. Sorry, carrying on. So they want, they're going to call you too sensitive. That's one thing anyway. I'm going to move on. One moment, sorry. Maybe they didn't mean it like that. This is the crazy making stage, remember that. Maybe they didn't mean it like that. Maybe they were just joking. They're only having a laugh. You know what they're like. Maybe it's because he's not in the best mood today, or she's in the best mood today. That's going back to what I was saying before. You could have a family member or someone outside of that environment that could go, do you know what? That person that you're with is a fucking dick. That person that you're with, they're not good. They're not a good person. They're treating people like shit. I've seen them what they're like. I know what they're like. And then you could excuse it going, this is a crazy making stage. Oh, they don't mean it like that. You're therefore justifying their behavior to others. That's what a person who is experiencing narcissistic abuse can react like. That's what they can do. And when, God, I've done it. I used to be with someone a long, long time ago, and a lot of people didn't like this person. They didn't like her. They didn't like her behavior. They said she wasn't liked. She was not liked for a lot of reasons, probably a lot of good reasons. But I ignored it. I fucking ignored it. And I used to justify it as well. So anyway, I'm going to move one moment. Let me have a sip of water. So let's carry on talking about this crazy making stage of narcissistic abuse. Maybe it's me. This is a big one. Maybe it's my fault. Am I guilty for this one? Maybe it's me. Yeah, I'm really, really, especially if you're an if you have a lot of empathy. I struggle saying that other word. Sorry. If you have genuine empathy, you're open-minded. You're a deep thinking person. You're introspective. You take accountability. Really fucking great traits in a person. Amazing. If you find anyone like this in your life, keep hold of them. If they genuinely like those traits I've just said, you're onto a fucking winner if you've got someone like that in your life. But what can happen is, because you're that type of person, you're with them. If that type of person, empathetic, thanks, Sandra. Sandra struggles saying some words. It's okay. If you're that type of fucking person that will blame yourself for things sometimes, it falls perfectly into a narcissistic person's hands. They love that shit. That is fucking gold to them, basically. So maybe it's me. Maybe it's my fault. Or they're pissed off because I haven't done this for them. I haven't done that for them. It's my fault. It's my fault. It's my fault. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And that's what can happen. And I've done that a lot. And they will use those traits against you. They will use those traits against you big time. Is that fair? No, it's not fair. Is it nice? No, it's not. But if you're unaware, you're going to be manipulated in that way. And if you can take all the blame for them, all the better. All the better for this narcissistic person. Perfect for them, isn't it? Anyway, so I'll keep going. Referring to my notes again, of course, being open and honest. I do have notes. It helps me to keep going with the structure of what I'm talking about. I'm really, really sorry. The last few lives haven't been as structured as I'd like them to be. I'm going back to being more structured. Anyway, so if you've ever questioned your sanity around someone, if you're not sure where you stand with these fucking cunts, I'm swearing a lot, but I like to emphasize cunts with regard to these people because they're gonna shit all over you. Trust me, that wasn't an accident. I'll say it again. If you've ever questioned your sanity around someone, trust me, that wasn't an accident. There's a reason for this. There's a reason. Sorry, I'm just dropping my top there. Yeah, there's a reason. There's always a fucking reason. Let me think about that. Yeah, you think you're going crazy. You think you're going crazy. Well, if you're around certain type of people too much, if you're around nice, calm people that are really warm and positive, it's going to rub off on you. But if you're around someone who's fucking crazy, literally narcissistic, lots, maybe psychopathic, maybe just not a good person, toxic person, and you're around that for too long, it's going to affect you mentally. It's going to affect you no matter how strong your mind is. It's going to impact you. It's going to, maybe that mental turmoil can then result in physical turmoil down the road, the mind-body connection there. But anyway, I'm going to move on. Okay, so next chapter, let's just go with that. So how they make you feel like you're the problem. Okay, next bit. I'm just typing away. One moment. Let me just put that in there. One moment. Let me just make that a bit smaller, actually. Sorry about this, guys. I'm being an absolute numpty when it comes to technology. Amazing, eh? There we go. That can go there. That's a lot better, actually. Thank you. That's a lot better. Good morning, Zuki. Hi, Zuki. Saying hi to both of us. Hi, Zuki. Good of you to join us. Yeah, just a quick one, Zuki. Yeah, I'll carry on speaking now. I've been doing a lot more videos recently because I'm on holiday. I've not been as structured as I'd like to be. I've maybe got a little bit burnt out with content creation. I've been trying new things. It hasn't always worked out. Going forwards and going back to, I'm raising my energy. I'm trying to be better. I need to get back on track, basically. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be more concise, more punchy, a bit more on topic than I was. I was a bit lazy and I was being a bit random, basically, before, which is good sometimes. Good to have variety. It's good, but I think it's also good to have structure. This is just my thoughts on that. So anyway, I hope you're okay, Zuki. Hope you're doing all right. How's the energy levels today? It's a question. How's the pain today, if you don't mind me asking? So of course we're talking about narcissistic people here. How they make you feel like you're the problem. No one talks about how narcissistic people are masters at flipping the script. They're fucking so good at it. They're so convinced a lot of the time they'll have done something wrong, but they don't look at it. They don't look at it as though it's themselves. So they'll believe their own bullshit. They'll believe that they're fucking right. They'll be 100% convinced that they didn't do that they didn't do this, or they did this because they were justified to do so. They'll be so convincing. They will truly believe their own lies. They will never see they're wrong. Therefore, it's going to be conveyed so fucking convincingly. And what they'll do is, if they can't, they'll try and convince you that you're the problem, you're wrong. If they can't do that, or if they're struggling a bit to do that, they'll back it up by getting people from the outside, let's say the flying monkeys, people that you don't really know, people that are on the periphery of the dynamic of whatever it is. They'll convince the people that they're sugary sweet too. They'll convince the people that they only have a superficial relationship with, let's say, where their mask doesn't slip as much, their persona comes off as really nice to these people, and then they'll convince them that you're the fucking bad guy as well sometimes. That's what they'll do. And like I've just said, they do it so well. A lot of these people are very smart. They're very intelligent. They believe their own lies. They truly believe their own lies. and they come across as charismatic and convincing, which is very powerful. Very, very powerful, isn't it, at that moment? And then they'll happily make you out to be the bad guy. If they need to, they'll do it. All about avoiding their own turmoil, etc., etc. All the while avoiding their own responsibility, basically. I'm going to go through to the comments, guys. Sandra says, good morning to Zuki. Sandra says, Brad, it's okay. You're on vacation. Well, thanks, Sandra. Yeah. I've been in vacation mode. I've been a bit... When I'm working, I'm quite stressed. I work all week as a nurse, and then I do the weekends, and I only have so much time, and I'm really on it. Like, I'm on it. And my energy levels have dropped because I've been on vacation, and my cognitive abilities have diminished a little bit because I've slowed down, which is probably a good thing. Give me a good rest. But I want to get back on track. That's what I want to do. Anyway, thanks, Sandra. They'll never see themselves as the problem, Brad. No, will they see themselves as the problem? No way. They can't. It's too painful. They never do. They never will. Can you beat these people in a one-to-one argument? Can you beat, if you fight fire with fire? These people are masters at this. This is where they love being. This is where they are. I don't think you can. I don't think you can. You can protect yourself, etc., etc. You can get yourself out of the situation, which is going to be tricky, etc., etc. But you can't beat them in a one-on-one. In my opinion, you can't outdo a narcissist, even if you've got the best script in the world with the best words in the world. They'll twist it, turn it, whatever. The craziness will continue and continue and continue. There's so many of these people in the world as well. You've got to be careful, man. I love talking about it though, and I love. I think it's interesting. I've experienced it myself, and I just want to help people come away from that. Anyway, I'll carry on. Sandra's saying, I guess that's why they cause so much drama turmoil for others around them. It's all manipulation. It's all a play, isn't it? It's all playing out. Zuki saying, you've had a crappy flare up today. Honestly, I hope you're doing well, though. I hope you're doing well too, Zuki. You're having a flare up, or probably experiencing a lot of pain. I'm really sorry. Sorry to hear that, Zuki. That's what Sandra says. That's what I'm saying as well. I hope that it passes soon for you. I'm just going to have a sip of water and then I'm going to carry on. So how are they going to make you feel like you're the problem? How's a narcissistic person going to make you feel like you're the problem? Let me go back on track, guys. All right. Referring to my notes, of course. You bring up something they did and you end up apologizing. So you're bringing up something they did really upset you. They've really upset you. They've fucking disrespected you. They've done something horrible to you. They could have even cheated on you if you're with them. Or whatever it is. It could be anything. And then they're going to twist it and turn it back on you. They're going to twist it and turn it back on you. And then it's going to be your fault. And then you can end up... What can happen as well, this is just an example of it. You have an argument. They've disrespected you. They've been horrible to you. Then... you want to resolve the argument, let's say. That's the type of person I am. I want to resolve this argument. I don't want this argument to continue. I want to solve this problem, right? I want to solve this problem. And then what a lot of the time, they'll just ghost you. They won't talk to you. And that's not the same as sometimes you have an argument with someone, you have a disagreement, and that other person might need to be on their own for a while for them to calm down, and they might not want to talk about it for a while. That's okay, in my opinion. As long as you come back to the table to discuss things with open communication, then you can resolve any disagreements. However, a narcissistic person, sometimes this is just one example, by the way, they'll give you the cold shoulder, they'll do something horrible to you, they'll see that you're angry, and they'll just shut up. They'll go quiet. They won't say anything. They might leave the home. They might not respond to your text. It's a form of manipulation. And then hopefully what they're hoping for is that you have a lot of empathy. You want to sort this out. You want to resolve this fucking issue. And then you can end up apologizing. And then they'll come back. So they'll disrespect you, ghost you, leave you to fucking boil for a while, leave you to just be angry or whatever. And then they'll ghost you for as long as they fucking need to. And then what they'll do is they'll hope that you'll start apologizing. And then Therefore, you take accountability for their behavior. That's just an example of what can occur. And that's how they can make you feel like you're the fucking problem, even though they're doing the wrong. There's other things they'll do as well. Sometimes they'll convince you that it's your fault with words or a story or whatever, or they'll use people from outside, other people, to convince you that you're the problem. Anyway, let me continue, guys. Let me speak. Let me go with the comments for a moment, then I'll carry on. Suki's made a good point. They can recruit others to isolate you further. Yes, they can. Absolutely. They make themselves look like the victim to others. Yeah. And they can retrospectively make something that was done unconditionally conditional as a form of guilt tripping for your perspective. I'm going to break that down. Sorry, Zuki, it's very well said. They can retrospectively make something that was done unconditionally conditional as a form of guilt tripping for your perspective. Can you elaborate on that, Zuki? Sorry, forgive my interpretation abilities there. It's really well said. I'm trying to break that down a moment. I'm trying to think about that. Like a form of guilt tripping, basically. Sandra's saying, Zuki, do you mean like, oh, I've done this and that for you, and this is how you treat me, kind of thing? Thanks, Sandra. Thanks, Zuki. Yeah, that sort of thing. I understand that better now. So it's written really well, that, by the way, Zuki, very intelligently. Yeah, I've done this for you. I've done that. The other day, do you remember what I did for you? Yeah, they'll give you some things. I'm good to you, me. I drove. Remember when I drove you? I dropped you off. Yeah, I picked you up from that place and I drove you. You remember what I did? Yeah. Well, you owe me. You owe me. So do it to manipulate you. And they'll have a long list of things that they want from you. And they won't let you forget they won't let you ever forget what they did for you, how good they are to you, how great they are to you. That's a really good point. That's a really good point. Yep. Even though a lot of the time it's like, I open the door for you, whatever it is. It's like anything mundane that normal person would do. A normal kind person will be polite to others. They'll be giving, but they won't hold it against you. They won't remind you of what they've done for you. Oh, I bought you that jacket for your birthday. Blah, blah, blah. They won't use it as a manipulation thing. They won't use it to guilt trip you. A normal, decent person won't do that, but a narcissist fucking will. Oh, big time. That's a really good point. Thanks for that. Stanley saying, my mum was great and reminding me what she's done for me. And every time I challenge her, yeah. Every time that they're challenged, they go back to it's like the book of manipulation, isn't it? Right? I'm going to go to the trusted technique of reminding you of what I've done for you, just to get me out of accountability, basically, just to get you away from I need to get you off my back. I need you to make you feel guilty. There's lots of different ways this is done. Sometimes it's subtle as well. I won't be covering everything today, probably. I'm doing the best I can. I really appreciate you guys sharing your perspectives. It really, really helps. I like to think this channel is really, it's going to attract people that are deep thinking, open-minded people that have empathy and understanding, that are working on themselves. So thank you. Anyway, so you said it feels like the unconditional thing that was done was only done to provide future emotional ammunition. Yeah, it's like I'm doing this nice thing for you because I'm going to bank that. I'm going to put this in the bank. This is going in the bank, and there's going to be debt on that as well. So I've done this favor, I've done this kind thing, but it's all to get X, Y, Z at the end of the road. Very cunning, very calculated, isn't it? Very calculated. It's not genuine kindness. It's coming from a place of malice, really, isn't it? It's coming from a place of malice. Sandra saying, Zuki, yes, it's like it wasn't done out of love or care, just out of their own interests. Oh, yeah, always self-interest, always, Sandra. Zuki agrees with Sandra. Sandra saying, it's crap, isn't it? Yeah, it's fucking crap. Not nice. These experiences, though, and I know Zuki's been through it, Sandra's been through it, I've been through it, and we've all been through things in different ways. This is all part of the lessons of life. The school of life is hard. It's fucking beyond hard. Felt differently for different people. These experiences that you've had, and as horrible as they are, and as fucking difficult as they are, they really do. If you use it in an intelligent, mindful way, which you are doing, by the way, I can tell by the way you're speaking and what you're saying, it's going to benefit you massively for the rest of your life. Makes you a lot stronger. Trust me. Is it easy? No. There's a suffering involved. There's a lot of suffering involved. There's a lot of heartache involved. There's a lot of pain, and growing is painful. And this is me being optimistic about these things. It's at the time though, it doesn't feel like that. It just feels awful. Zuki saying, "Oh, it sure bloody is." It makes you that much more cautious, thinking about how your actions or their action could be turned against you. Absolutely, Zuki. Absolutely. Sandra's saying, yes, Zuki, you can never trust them or feel safe around them or be your authentic self. No, you can't be your true self. You can't be your authentic self. You're always walking on eggshells that have already broken. It's really fucking difficult, man. It really is. Yeah, basically, yes. Zuki says, yeah. And then they benefit from your reliance, dependence on them. It gives them more weight. I suppose there's financial, isn't there? They can control you financially. That's another way of controlling you, like isolating you as well. So ideally, I don't know which, it depends which way they do things. So many different ways this can go. What was I going to say then? Sorry, losing my trace of thought a little bit. What was I going to say? Sorry, I've lost my train of thought, guys. I'm not perfect. It's all good. Sometimes they'll control you financially as well. They don't want you to work. They don't want to have money. They just want to keep you, and they'll isolate you. So they'll move you away from your family, etc., etc. They'll keep you in a house. They'll keep you dependent on them financially sometimes. So that's where they can control you even more. You can't go anywhere. You can't do anything. You can't go out with your friends. You can't go out for meals because you don't have any money. That's ideal for them as well. They can then that's where Zuki's mentioning that reliance, that dependence on them. It gives them more weight. It gives them more tools to control you potentially. It can create hypervigilance. Zuki's saying, yeah. It's like, was it Stockholm syndrome kind of thing? Yeah, like, fuck. Like, even when they're not being bad, you think they're going to be bad. It's like you're flinching. Flinch shit. Are they going to punch me now? Are they going to hit me now? That's not always physical. It's still going to be emotionally or psychologically, isn't it? You think, oh, have I fucked up? Oh, I'm sorry. It's like the dinner was 2 minutes late. The plate's a little bit hot. And they haven't even said anything, but you're sorry. That's perfect for them as well. That's that hypervigilance type of thing that Zuki's mentioning. Sandra then says, Zuki, yes, they do, unfortunately. This is why I'm completely independent from them in another country. Yeah, absolutely. They love vulnerable, dependent individuals. They don't want you to be independent. They love you to be vulnerable. Yes. They love you to be, therefore, controllable. Easy control. If you're dependent, you're vulnerable, you're insecure, you depend on them in lots of different ways. You're easy pickings, mate. They're going to do what the fuck they want with you. And they'll make sure to keep you on that level where you're easy to control. Absolutely. A broken spirit is easy to control. Absolutely, it is. They don't want you to be strong and confident. I remember I had a group of friends on that note, and I got terrorized at one point. I used to hang around with a load of chavs. I was a chav as well, and I got fucking bullied, mate. For 2 years, I got fucking terrorized. And there were some narcissistic individuals in there, and one of them was my close friend. He wasn't a friend, but at the time, he was my close friend, or so to say, my close friend. He was very narcissistic. Again, very charming, very funny, very intelligent, but a fucking prick. And And what was I going to say? But I was a broken spirit at the time. I was a broken fucking spirit. I was really broken. And I was easy to control. I was easy to control. I was so easy. I was I was a pathetic, people-pleasing yes man. That's what I was at one point in my life. Not a good thing to be. Not a positive thing to be. Not a strong man, let's say. At the time, I was not strong. I was young. I was underdeveloped. And then I started to learn. I started to read. I started to read about psychology. I started to read about narcissism. I started to learn about myself. Started to knowledge is power, as they say. And I changed. I got more confident. I got my voice back. And then they would say, "Oh, you've changed. They didn't like the version of me. Oh, you're confident about that." They didn't like it. They didn't like the confident Brad. They didn't like the person who's got a voice. They didn't enjoy that. Made them feel uncomfortable. Therefore, my spirit was becoming not broken. It was becoming fixed. Let's say my spirit was becoming stronger. And these narcissistic people, these toxic people that I was around, didn't like that version of Brad. Let's say that much. I'm going to read a little bit more in one moment. Okay, let's keep going. So you express a boundary and suddenly you're attacking them. So you're expressing a boundary. You're putting something in place. You're protecting yourself. I'll go back to the comments in a moment, guys. Sorry. But I'm just going to continue with this for now. So you're putting a boundary in place and suddenly you're attacking them. So they won't like you putting a boundary in place. If you're sticking up for yourself with around a narcissistic person and you're going, "No, you can't talk to me like that. I'm not going to do this. I'm not happy with that." They'll see that as an attack. They'll try and they'll play victim. They'll play victim. So you've got that triad, haven't you? There's a triad, three triad. You've got the victim, you've got the persecutor, and you've got the rescuer. Okay, so three people in this triad. What they will do is they will be the persecutor, the person who's attacking, the person who's being rude, the person who's being nasty, and then you'll put boundaries in place. You go, "Oh, hang on a minute. I'm not happy about this. You need to. This isn't happening. I'm not happy with this." And I'm putting a boundary in place. If you behave like this, then I'm going to do this. This is what's going to happen. I'm putting a boundary in place. They will see that as a personal attack. They will then go from persecutor to victim mode. So they'll go to victim mode, like, "Oh, you're attacking me." They're trying to reel you in manipulatively, emotionally. They're trying to manipulate you. They're trying to make you feel guilty for putting boundaries in place. Big time. That can make you doubt yourself. Of course it can. It can make you doubt yourself, make you feel like you're the bad guy, etc., etc. And another one is when they make you feel like the problem is you're showing emotion, you're unstable. "Oh, you're getting emotional again. What's up with you? What's wrong with you? Why are you being like that? Why are you being so upset all the time? There's something wrong with you." That's what they can do. Even though they've been horrible to you, they're going to make you feel bad for being emotional. They're going to make you doubt your emotions, going to make you doubt your thoughts. Basically, they're creating doubt. It's a shitty person, really, isn't it? I know that they're broken. I know that they're not well. Let's say that, and they might have good things about them, but it's hard. It's hard. Hard to be around this type of thing. Sander saying Stockholm syndrome is. I'll go back to the. I'll read this last bit out. Sorry, Sander, and then I'm going to go to the comments. They train you to believe you're the one causing the chaos. They train you. They manipulate you to, and by the end, you feel like you're a villain in your own life. You're the bad. They're going to make you feel like you're the bad guy in your own fucking life. Like you're the one that's in the wrong. Sander's saying Stockholm syndrome is a proposed condition to explain why hostages occasionally develop a psychological bond with their captors. It's named after an attempted robbery in 1973 in Stockholm. Thanks, Sander. So people get emotionally attached to their captors, to their abusers. Yep. Sandra saying, in which 4 people were held hostage, but later they refused to testify against the robbers because they felt they had to protect them. They felt like they had to justify their behaviour. They were probably love bombed and whatever else, manipulated in that situation. Thanks for that, Sandra. Zuki, they could never break my spirit, though. I have never allowed that. No. You can feel like your spirit's broken, but I don't think it is completely ever. You can feel like your spirit's broken at times, though. I have. I've been rock bottom. I know what it feels like. And I feel like everything's broken and nothing's working out and everything's really difficult. This is part of life, by the way. I've kind of experienced that recently in my own little way. Let's say that, tiny little way. Let's say not with regards to this store, but they can never break your spirit. No, they can't. So you're saying that's resilience. I'm glad they didn't. That is resilience. Yes. They said that, the only breaking your spirit kind of thing. They said that about, there's a book about the Jews and the camps. What's it called? Frankel wrote it. Man's Search for Meaning. The book Man's Search for Meaning. And the Jews, obviously, a lot of them were killed in the concentration camps. It was absolutely bloody awful. I'm sure you're aware of that story. Obviously during the Second World War. And in Man's Search for Meaning, I'm just getting a very basic point of it. It's about this. I'm talking about the spirit not being broken. He said they broke my body. They got completely abused. They got completely killed. They were used as slaves basically until they broke, and then they just killed them. But they said they never brought my. He said something really powerful. He said they never brought my spirit, even though all the family was killed, even though the bodies were torn to pieces, even though they suffered immensely. They never brought the spirit, and that's what he mentions in that book. It's a really good book. Man's Search for Meaning is a great book. Read it, please, if you can. If you feel like it. It's quite a heavy book, of course. It's about bloody concentration camps, but there's hope at the end of it. Sandra saying, LOL, I reckon the 4 hostages were empaths, Brad. Yeah. Underdeveloped ones, probably. I think anyone who is a truly empathetic person will experience these things in life in the world that we're in. Yorick says, hi, Brad. Hi, Yorick. How's it going? Hope you're okay. How are you, Yorick? Yorick's good. Good to have you with us, Yorick. Yeah, Yorick, I've been doing longer videos, but I've not been very structured. I've lost my way a little bit in the last week, but I'm in holiday mode, so I've slowed down a bit. So I'm getting back on track, getting back my energy levels up there, being more concise, delivering the content in a better way. I'm trying to improve. It's all a learning process, though, isn't it? Anyway, so let me carry on. So let's move on to the withdrawal. The withdrawal after leaving. This is an important one. Because you've been around a narcissistic person, you've got away from them, maybe. And you're reclaiming your power. However, there's a withdrawal phase. I'm going to write this in one moment. I'm just typing in something. I'm making sure I spell it right. It's all good. Okay, let me go. The withdrawal after leaving narcissistic abuse. Hi, Azan. Welcome back. Hope you're okay. Welcome back, Azan. Suki says. So does Sandra. No worries. So, I'm going to carry on with the content, of course. So the withdrawal after leaving narcissistic abuse, what's that going to look like? What's that going to feel like? Let me discuss that. People think this, don't they? After leaving a narcissist, that life is like leaving a bad relationship, okay? It's not. There's more to it, potentially. It's like coming off a drug that your brain has got used to. So it's like coming off a drug that your brain has not getting used to. Azan saying, why did you block me from talking the other day? I'll be honest, I thought it was, I don't think I want any religious ideals on here, if I'm honest, Azan. I respect other people's beliefs and religions, and that's okay. Everyone's got different thoughts and feelings on that. So that is why I did that. And that's why I did that. Yes, that's my explanation. I'm going to continue with my content. But you're welcome on here, of course, if you want to. If you don't, that's fine. I like to have an approach. I don't want religious ideals on here, and I don't want them to be forced on anybody else. And that's what I interpreted what you were talking about. Therefore, that's why I blocked you that day. I put you on a timeout. That was me that did that as well, by the way, to be honest with you. So it's not that, it's each their own if you want that type of thing in your life, which is absolutely fine. Respect all the way to anyone that believe whatever you want to believe, man. But this is not the place for religious ideals to be inputted onto others. That's my interpretation of that, Azan. So I'm going to continue with my content. Leaving. Oh, lights went on and off.
Did you see that?
Yeah. Wow.
Crazy.
Yeah. Okay. It's coming off a drug. It's like coming off a drug that you're not used to. I'll go back to the notes in a moment. I'm going to continue content for now. It's the lights going on and off. Sorry. Probably not plugged in properly. There's going to be a dopamine crash. What do I mean by that? Dopamine crash. It's like if you're around someone that's bombing you. I keep getting lights on and off here, guys. That's crazy. No, it's here. It could be from outside.
Yeah, it's from there, definitely.
It's definitely from here. It's okay. It's fine. Take that out. Put that in there. Sorry about that, guys. The lighting's just gone off a moment. This is a ring light, like a travel one. Not that you need to know that, but there we go. We're back on. So you're going to get a dopamine crash. What is that going to mean? Maybe this is my interpretation of it. Elaborate if you want. If you're around someone that's love bombing you and they're making you feel good, but even though they're narcissistic, so you might miss that honeymoon period that you get with a narcissistic person where they have such charismatic charm. They're so charming. They're so convincing with the charm. It makes you feel good. And if you're insecure in ways, we're all a bit insecure. I think everyone's a little bit insecure in something. Let's be real. I believe that. I am. I'm not perfect. I fuck up. I keep fucking up. I don't have all the answers either. I really don't. I'm still working on myself. I think I'll have that for the rest of my life. I'll have some insecurities, but I'm trying to work on them the best I can with self-love, being complimentous, etc. Thanks, Sandra, for that. Please like and subscribe, everyone. Appreciate that. I'll just pin that one. Thank you. Sorry, I'm trying to get there's going to be a dopamine crash. What am I talking about? So yeah, if you've got holes in you and you're feeling insecure about things, which we all are, this narcissistic person can fill those holes because they're trying to manipulate you. They can charm you to fuck, man. And then all of a sudden, that narcissistic person is not in your life anymore. That dopamine, you feel dopamine. When people praise you, make you feel good, it gives you a dopamine kick. So there's going to be a dopamine crash because that charismatic, charming person's no longer in your life now. This narcissistic person's gone. Let's say that. They're gone. But you could miss that charm, potentially. I'm not saying that's healthy. It's fucking not. But that's going to be an initial, potential initial thing that you're going to be missing out on. Another one is feeling empty. So this narcissistic person, you put boundaries in place, you split up with them, you're not with them anymore. They could be a friend, could be a family, could be your partner, could be anyone in your life that's a narcissistic, giving you a narcissistic abuse. And you're going to feel potentially very empty. Like empty inside, like there's a hole missing. It could be, how could you feel empty, I suppose? It could be feeling empty because you feel like, oh, I wish it had worked out. I'm in the wrong. You could be being hard on yourself. You could be feeling empty because you're just so fucking confused. You've just been around this crazy person. You don't know what's going on. You don't know yourself, so you're feeling empty. You don't know what's gone on. You're just recovering. You just begin. Just the withdrawal from narcissistic abuse, when it first begins, it's going to feel really fucking weird. That's why what happens is a lot of the time is people will break up away from a narcissistic person, then they'll go back because they'll feel empty. They'll miss a dopamine kick. They'll feel like, oh shit, and then they'll go back. And then they'll be love bombed again, and then the cycle continues. But if you do truly break away from them to begin with, it's going to feel a bit weird. It's going to feel a bit strange. And it's going to make you feel empty, potentially. I'll go to the comments in a moment, guys. I'm just going to go through this. You're going to miss them even though they've hurt you. You could have had some great times with them. You could have had some great moments with them, especially during the honeymoon period. Honeymoon period is always good, isn't it, in a relationship? During the love bombing period, maybe there's parts of them that narcissistic person, I keep saying this, sometimes they're really fucking smart as fuck, really smart. Not in a good way, but they're intelligent in a lot of ways. Emotionally, they're fucking not, but they're intellectually very smart a lot of the time. They're very charismatic. They'll carry a room. They'll light up the room. They're very charming. Charm is a form of manipulation a lot of the time, if it's not genuine charm. And like I said, yeah, they're charismatic and they're funny. I find a lot of them can be really witty, really funny, fun to be around. And you could miss that, understandably. It's like that terminology I'm going to use. It's like imagine you've got a Ferrari. You've got a Ferrari. It's a supercar. It fucking looks so good, this Ferrari. It's like, wow, that's amazing. And the engine is a fucking Ford Escort engine. It's an old beat-up Ford Escort or an old Ford Fiesta. But the outside's a Ferrari, so it looks fucking amazing. And you could miss the idea of who that person is. But underneath the bonnet, underneath the engine is shit. It breaks down. It's broken. It's old. It's shit. It's fucked. But the shell, the chassis, let's say, the outside is a Ferrari. But it's a Ferrari. It's an old car pretending to be a supercar. It's an old car pretending to be a supercar. A narcissistic person is an old car. Is a supercar pretending. Is an old car, broken car pretending to be something it's fucking not. Anyway, I'll move on. I'm going to go to the comments, guys, and let's see what's going on, and then I'll carry on speaking. Sandra's asking how Yorick is. Azan's back. That's fine. I remember that the other day. Yeah, we've already spoke about that. Sandra's saying this is not the kind of channel Azan. This is for deep think. Usually it's for deep thinking people that are introspective. It's about personal growth. It's about coming away from narcissistic people, etc. Azan's saying you were crying. I'm sorry that you were crying. Didn't mean to make anyone feel cry. However, I will put boundaries in place. I will, if I feel like I need to. Sandra's saying, respectively, Azan, we are here to support each other. Yes, we're here to support each other. We're here to grow. We're here to heal. We're here to have deep conversations, open-minded conversations. Not everyone's going to agree with each other all the time. That's okay. Everyone's got a different perspective. It's all about growth. Why are we here? It's a school of fucking life. Is the school of life easy? No, it's fucking not. It's very difficult, and it's hard to understand sometimes. It's a lot of tricky situations and difficult situations that we live through, and it's all about growth, and it's all about personal development. This is what my channel's about. This is about being genuine. This is about being real. This is about being open-minded and deep thinking. We're building a healthy community with genuine people and deep thinkers. That is what my channel's all about. Is it going to attract loads of people? Maybe not, but that's fine. This is a manifestation of who I am as a person and the collective consciousness that's going to be attracted to this type of content, basically. So I'm saying, you were crying, question mark. Sandra said like and subscribe. Thank you to anyone that's liked. Thank you to anyone that comments. Thank you to anyone that subscribed. I really appreciate you all. Thank you very much. And thank you for sharing that, Sandra. Sandra said Merry Christmas. We're not quite there yet. Maybe at some point we will be. Not everyone believes in Christmas though, do they? Each their own. Mr. Gold, say his name when he appears. You all believe Mr. Gold. Hi, Mr. Gold. I hope you're okay, Mr. Gold. Croatia believes in Mr. Gold. And Asan saying Merry, Merry Christmas all. Ho, ho, ho. Asan said you just need to believe in Mr. Gold. Hi, Mr. Gold. Standard, are you starting to believe in Mr. Gold? Title should be The Withdrawal After Leaving Mr. Gold. Very true. Ah, right, okay. I like your honesty with regards to that, Mr. Gold. Hope that you're okay. I'm going to continue with my content now. I'm going to keep speaking. So, the withdrawal after leaving narcissistic abuse. Confusing attachment with love. Confusing that attachment with actual, it's not real love, is it? It's a trauma bond. It's a fucking trauma bond. That, yeah, sorry, I'm trying to think now. Yeah, there's a trauma bond with regards to that. It's like a dysfunctional type of attachment that can be formed. Especially if you've got someone who's grown up in a narcissistic family, for example, and that's all they know, and then they're not going to be attracted to a healthy person, potentially, not all, but some, and they're not going to be attracted to a healthy person. They're going to be attracted to people that remind them of their parents sometimes. Someone could have daddy issues or mummy issues or whatever it is. That's when the trauma bond can be connected. Going back to what Sandra was saying before, like that Stockholm syndrome, where the victims end up attracted to the captors, basically. The hole in their heart, the things that they feel like they're missing, they're attracted to those things. So that's where your trauma bond's going to occur potentially. This is the part that most people don't prepare you for, though, is it? You don't just walk away, you detox. So does anyone feel the real pain only after you left? Is the question. I'm going to ask a question, guys. One moment. I'll go back to the comments in a moment. Put that there for now. I'm just typing something in, guys. Has anyone felt the pain after narcissistic abuse? Is the question. Question mark. Let me just put that in. Done. Has anyone felt the pain after narcissistic abuse? I'm going to go back to the comments, guys, and then I'm going to carry on after that. So I'll be talking about a bit of content, then going to you, back to you guys, see what you're saying. Mr. Gold saying, Azan, you need to believe in Mr. Gold. Hi, Sandra says hi to Mr. Gold. I'm going to read your comments. It's all good. Sandra's starting to believe in Mr. Gold. Absolutely, she is. Title should be The Withdrawal After Leaving Mr. Gold. I think I've heard that. Jiki says, all my life. What's going on? It's your birthday tomorrow, Azan. Well, happy birthday for tomorrow. Mr. Gold says, I'm golden. It's all good. Got that golden glimmer of whatever going on. You tell Azan, haha, tell us. Mr. Gold said it's Mr. Gold's birthday as well every day. Let's all celebrate me. So it's Mr. Gold. It's his birthday every day, and it should be celebrated. Just I'm going with a joke, mate. Every day is a birthday for Mr. Gold. Does Mr. Gold celebrate others? Good question, Zuki. Not others or not Gold. There's only one Mr. Gold. There's only one. There can't be any more Mr. Golds. Back to topic a bit. Thanks, Zuki. I think the mindset of living with that abuse persists. I still feel weary and hypervigilant against those behaviours, like I'm scanning for it in others. I'm into self-protect mode. Yeah. I can relate to that, Zuki, because I remember having bad relationships, let's say. I attracted them, though, let's be honest. I was young, underdeveloped. I was with a narcissistic person that used me a little bit, let's say that, a woman, long time ago. It wasn't a healthy relationship, let's just say that. But it was a lesson. And after that, I was so scared of rejection. I was so scared of, I didn't want that to happen to me ever again, Zuki. I thought, I am not accepting that ever in my life again, understandably, of course. And what did I do? I was on my own for a long time. A long time. And I think I could potentially been in other relationships, but I was so guarded. I was so worried. I didn't want to be hurt again. I didn't want to allow that to happen to me again. And I, like I'm saying, I was hypervigilant, like you've just said really well, against those type of behaviours, even more so. And sometimes you can see slights where none exist. How do I know about that? I used to, at one point, I got bullied really badly when I was in my 20s. For a good 2 years, I got bullied, right? Which is in my 20s, which is a bit older age. Usually happens when you're in teenage years. But then I was so sick of being disrespected, etc., that I would sometimes see slights in others, but it didn't exist, meaning that I was being too hypervigilant. I thought some people would only they wouldn't really be having a go at me. They wouldn't really be mean horrible to me, but I'd see them as attacking me. And then I'd be like, I was in attack mode. So I'd get them back straight away. I was on it, like a dog with a bone type of thing. I was fighting back, but I was fighting back too much at one point in my life, which was good. I was fighting back because I needed to. I needed to stick up for myself. I needed to put boundaries in place, but I took it too far at one point. And I had to reel it back in. And I might have upset people doing it, but I was just trying to protect myself. I was just sticking up for myself, but I wasn't doing it in the best way at that time. Looking back, I'm 43 now. I was in my early 20s then, so I've improved since then. But that's what can happen when you're around toxic people and they're to attack you. You're like a wounded animal in a corner, basically, type of thinking. You're scanning it for others, like protect yourself. I think you should do that anyway, a little bit. I think it's good to do that. Scanning. I do it now. And it helps you to see it in others, but you do it in if you do it in a healthy way, it doesn't overconsume you, it can be a good, I think I can do that naturally now. Yep. I spot it straight away. That helps you spot it straight away, helps you to deal with it straight away. Then you're not letting these type of people in your life anymore, basically. But if you do it too much, it could be a bad thing. Mr. Gold saying, anyone felt the pain after leaving Mr. Gold should be title. What do you mean? All right, yeah, I get what you're saying. I've already said that. Yes, all right. Thanks, Mr. Gold. Mr. Gold, you're not the only one in the world. No, you're not. Who is Mr. Gold? That's a really good question, Azan. Who the fuck's Mr. Gold? Is the one and only. The one and only, of course. Zeke said, we don't think we'll ever find out, Azan. No, we won't. We won't. Probably not. But we do have a nice array of gold medallions by Mr. Gold, which are sent digitally, of course. We don't say good morning anymore. We say gold morning. Like a golden... No, I won't say it. I won't say it. Have a gold night. Good luck with that. Good luck with that, Mr. Gold. Anyway, I'm going to carry on. So anyone felt pain after narcissistic abuse? Anyone felt that is the question. I'll leave it there for now. I'm just going to readjust it. There we go. That's a lot better. So how do they break your self-trust? Moving on, okay? How are they going to, these people are going to break your self-trust? You lose the ability to trust yourself, not even other people, yourself. You can learn to untrust yourself, untrust your own judgment, you don't know, you think you're confused potentially after you've left this narcissistic relationship. You don't know what's going on. You can't trust yourself properly. That type of thing can occur. Let me give some examples of that, what I'm trying to talk about. So you're guessing every decision. You're second guessing every decision, should I say. Like, am I in the wrong for that? Was that my fault? That type of thing. When I still do it to this day, if I'm honest. I've worked with some people, and some of them are fucking horrible. I'm telling you now, they're not nice. They're fucking horrible. And I've had to put boundaries in place. And then I've had to put boundaries in place. I've called them out on the bullshit. I've then had people cry. I made people cry. I didn't mean to make them cry, but they were being really, this person wasn't being very nice. I'm a qualified nurse. I'm very easygoing. I'm chilled as fuck, man. I'm good to work with. Obviously, I'm blowing smoke up my own ass, but that's my perception. I like to think I'm really easygoing. I'm open-minded. I'm chilled. I'm relaxed. I let people be themselves. But this person was trying to micromanage me, and they were in a position below me. And I don't mind being asked if someone genuinely wants my help, I'll help them. But so this person was do this all day, and it doesn't matter what level you're at. It was too much. Doesn't matter what level you're at. I thought, I'm not having this. And I called them out on it, and I told them why. And then this person started to cry. I think they were anger tears, though, if I'm honest. And I was putting boundaries in place, basically. And then after it, I felt guilty because I thought, I didn't mean to upset them. So that I still feel that now when I put boundaries in place. I know it's important. And I know that I have to do it sometimes. Otherwise, people will walk all over you sometimes if you don't. But I still feel guilty sometimes, if I'm honest. I still don't feel 100% comfortable doing it. I've still got to work on that myself. And that will be an example of this. Self-doubt leads to self-blame. Absolutely, Suki. Absolutely. Yeah, self-doubt can lead to self-blame. Yep, it can. Yorick saying, hello, Mr. Gold. How's your day? Yorick hopes that Mr. Gold's day is golden. Hi, Yorick. You are all lucky to be in the presence of Mr. Gold. Right. There's a recurring theme there, Mr. Gold, isn't there? And I'm okay with that, though, on here. That's fine. It's all good. It's not doing... I don't think that's being intentionally harmful, which is not bad. So let's move on. Asking others for reassurance. So how are they going to break your self-trust? You're going to be asking others for reassurance. You're not sure about things. You're insecure about things. You have self-doubt, like Zuki's just mentioned. Therefore, linked to that self-blame type of thing, you're going to be asking for validation from others, potentially. Have I done the right thing? Am I in the wrong? Sometimes those things are a good way to be. It's like, that's accountability in a way, isn't it? In a lot of situations, that's good. It's positive. And that can work. Of course it can. If it's done too much, though, it can be Let me think. Losing my train of thoughts, but I'll get back on track. Yorick's holding his head, thinking, what's going on? I think you're blinded by the gold. You're blinded by the gold, Mr. Yorick, at the moment. That's why you've got your hand on your head. It's too much. I'm joking, of course. So you're asking for reassurance from others because you've broken your self-trust in yourself. They've created that self-doubt. And you're being scared to speak up as well. Feeling like, it's like you don't want to get burnt again. You don't feel confident in having your own voice and sticking up for yourself. Have I done this? Yes, I've done this. You're doubting your own self-worth. You're doubting it, so you don't dare speak up. You're not sure if you want to speak up. You don't want to upset anyone. You don't want to offend anyone. You don't want to be the bad guy. People pleaser behaviour there, by the way, big time. How do I know? I've fucking done it. I've done it. Of course I have. Let's be honest. Feeling stupid for having ideas, doubting you. That's self-doubt too, folk. Feeling stupid for saying something. Feeling stupid for asking a question. That's lack of self-confidence, isn't it? That can happen after the narcissistic abuse, though, because you just don't know what you want. You don't know what you want to do. You don't know who you are. If I remember at one point when I was in my 20s, I used to be a follower. For a few years, I was a follower. It wasn't good. I used to follow. I used to be a follower, a yes man. It wasn't good. And I used to do whatever other people wanted to do, I'd go and do that thing. So I was just an insecure, easy to manipulate kind of person. And then after that, I had an epiphany moment, and I think I was stood outside. I was smoking at the time, and I remember staring up at the sky. I thought, "Oh shit! I don't even know what I want to do. What do I want to do? I'm doing what everyone else wants me to do, but I don't know what I want to do." And I had that moment, like, I don't even know what I want. I don't even know what I want to do. But I know that I don't want other people to run my life for me. And I know that I keep following them, and I know that they don't have my best interests at heart, and I know that they're manipulating me, but I don't know what I want to do. And I had a moment like that in my life in my early 20s. It was a good moment because it, like, realizing you woke up from something like, what the fuck am I doing? What do I want to do? I don't even know. And it felt overwhelming. I thought, shit, I don't even know what I want to do in my life. I don't even know who I am. I don't know where I'm going. But it was a good moment because I was realizing it at that time. Anyway. So therefore, it can make you feel like stupid for having ideas, for how you're doubting yourself. It's not a good thing. That can come after coming away from narcissistic abuse. When you first step out into the world, coming away from narcissistic abuse, that can occur. That's that type of self-doubt. That's a lot of the time. A lot of people won't speak about that type of thing with regards to narcissistic abuse. They'll talk about the narcissistic abuse, about how it is and what it is, which is very prevalent, but they won't talk about how it's going to make you function after you start to come away. You're just beginning to come away. That's what these people can take from you potentially. They're taking your self-confidence and your self-trust. I'll go back to the comments. Okay. One moment. Yeah, as long as he's not rude, it's fine, or golden, as he would say. Yeah, I agree, Yorick. And it helps your algorithm as well. That's a good thing. It's a good thing about bloody that's a great thing about trolls, mate. They're chatting loads of shit. Sometimes I might just let them go for it. Helps the algorithm. As long as they're not rude to others, I'd say that. Yeah, as long as they're not really, really nasty to others. Anyway, let's rebuilding your identity. So let's think about that now. Let me just type this in. The last few lives I've done, they've not been as structured. They've been very free flowing and relaxed. And I've been doing really long ones as well, probably too long if I'm honest. And now I'm going back to, obviously I have some free flowing conversations in there, but I'm going to stick to my topics. I'm going to see them through. Be a bit more structured with them. I know I've already said this, but I'm saying it again. Is some of these things going to sit with you throughout your life? Yes, they are. Maybe for the rest of your life, but not as intensely, I'd hope. Right. Rebuilding your identity after narcissistic abuse. Okay. This part takes time. This part can take a lifetime, potentially. You're not always going to have all the answers. You're not always going to have the answers. You're not always going to, even though me personally, right, I've done a lot of fucking hard work, right? I've worked on myself a lot, not consistently all the time. That's not realistic. And I've got a lot of knowledge and experience, but I don't know everything. But I've learned, and I'm a lot better than I ever was before. However, I still have moments of insecurity. I still have moments of going back to being not my best self. I still have hard days. I still have hard times. I still experience negative emotions. Of course I fucking do. And that's normal. That's okay. That's what's going to happen, in my opinion. Anyone who says, I've got all the answers, I've done all this, I know it all, I'm fucking perfect, do what I say and you'll be fucking fine, got a delivery coming. That's not realistic. It takes time, it takes work, and it's variable. You have good days, you have bad days, mate, but you just keep going. That's being human, in my opinion. So this part takes time, but it's not about it's also about where the healing occurs. This is going to take time. Everyone's got a different path. Everyone's got a different journey. Everyone's got different experiences. It's so varied. It can be very complex as well. There's not a specific time frame where the healing is going to occur. So don't beat yourself up too much. And we've got to keep saying that to myself, because I do it all the time, beating myself up. So you're relearning what peace feels like. That can take time. Sometimes you might need to have your own place, your own environment, your own sanctuary. I like to see I live in an apartment in Chorley. That's where I live, of course. My apartment at home is, for me and Sandra, it's our sanctuary. It's our safe space. It's calm. We usually don't get any visitors, by the way. And that's where we recharge. And if you can't always get that, maybe it could just be your bedroom. Maybe it could be a little corner somewhere. Maybe you can find it in your mind. Sometimes you can do that. You put some earphones on. You put some relaxing, meditative music on. That could be a safe space. Or it could be going to an activity. You do a bit of yoga. You do an activity with others that are. You do a shared activity with others that are like-minded and open-minded. It could be just being on here for a little bit and listening to others comment and listening to me speak, or someone else speak on another channel. That could be a safe space as well. It could be different ways that you can achieve that. It's finding the peace within yourself, healing. And that healing journey there's a lot of different factors towards that healing journey, isn't there? It's creating good habits, healthy habits, having structure. And sometimes you might have a lot of things that are unhealthy in your life, and you're just changing one thing at a time. Like, I'm going to stop drinking Coca-Cola, or I'm going to have less Coca-Cola. I'm going to have less sugar in my diet. I'm going to improve my diet, whatever. Or I'm going to stop taking drugs. I'm going to drink water instead, or whatever it is. Doesn't matter. I'm going to walk once a week for 10 minutes or 20 minutes. And therefore, just little tiny steps will get you closer to your peace. It's little bits at a time. It takes a while, and it's different for everyone. It's varied. It takes time. It fucking takes time. Zuki's saying, it wasn't until I left home the first time around that I actually had the safe space to work on myself and discover my authenticity. Yes, that resonates with what I was saying, absolutely. You created that for you. And yeah, finding a way to feel safe again is hard. It's a long, long journey. Absolutely, Zuki. It's good to be, if you're aware of that, though, that's a good thing. Because some people can feel defeated, think, oh, I've not found my peace. It's been 2 months and I've not even found my peace yet. I'm still fucking messed up in my head. And they can beat themselves up and feel like they're defeated easily. But it's realizing that it's a long journey. It's a lifelong journey as well. Again, no one's always completely healed all the time. Not realistic. Mr. Gold, do you know Mr. Millionaire? Yes, I am Mr. Millionaire, Yorick. You are in the presence of a millionaire.
I love it.
You're in the presence of a millionaire, by the way. So, hi. I'm being weird now. Is he still here? No, he's shining his light elsewhere, Yorick. That gold has to be distributed throughout the world. He's a world-renowned golden boy, so he can't, I don't know. He might be somewhere else. Shit. It's good to laugh. It's good to not take things seriously as well. I like that. Yorick saying, Brad, the skateboard game stream crashed yesterday. That's why I stopped it suddenly. No worries. Yeah, I saw it for a bit. And then I typed on it for a bit. You had a few people on there at one point, Yorick, and then it just crashed. Yeah, no worries, man. Things don't always work out perfectly, do they, Yorick? I know that very well. Of course. So you can say, for me, when I did leave home first time and was living in a house share a few months into it, one of the housemates I was previously friends with completely turned on me, and I can see my mum in her. Fuck. And I think this is a true one as well, Zuki. What happens is you'll move somewhere else, you'll move away from your mum, but if the lesson's not completely learned, you'll see it in somebody else sometimes. I don't know if you believe in that, but I do. I think sometimes you'll see it in other people and it'll present itself in other people. Could be people you work with, could be people, housemates, like you've said. It could be anybody. Sometimes the lesson keeps repeating itself. The lesson's fucking hard, though, don't get me wrong, and complex. I don't have all the answers, but sometimes the lesson will repeat in no matter where you go, even if you get away from that. I don't know what your specific lesson is, though, with regards to that. But that's my understanding of that. I don't know if you believe in that, by the way. Yorick saying, well, don't see Mr. Gold is here. Don't seem like Mr. Gold's here. At least we're lucky to be in his golden presence. Absolutely. We all received a golden shower when Mr. Gold was with us. I had to say it.
Oh my God.
We were showered with his goldenness. It was great. Oh, thanks, Mr. Gold. That was majestic. I'm being a dick. I'm joking. I'm joking, of course. Yeah, and with that person, I was finding myself seeing and hearing her when I was out and about. Yeah, you've seen the patterns. It was horrible. I can imagine it was bloody horrible, Zuki. I would panic seeing someone look, sound even remotely like them. Yes, that's being hypervigilant. That's a hypervigilant kind of thinking, isn't it? Because it's like, oh shit, because it's so painful, it's so sharp, you still feel those things in other situations.
Over the golden shower comment. Sorry.
Yorick saying, imagine he talks like that in real life. It'd be a right laugh to hang around with. You could go to the shop and he says to the clerk, can I pay with gold? Yeah.
Oh,
you could lick his elbow and then you get a bit of the gold, and that he could pay with his golden elbow, couldn't he? Fuck me.
What a freak.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to carry on.
Sorry.
It's all right.
It's too funny.
Zuki, that's like PTSD, yeah. Yeah, it is. I've been there in my own way, so I can understand you, Zuki. Yes, and I feel like I may have CPTSD, honestly. It has some connection with chronic pain too from some research. Wow, interesting. Brad, I couldn't find that Mr. Millionaire's Trust. That there was a person called Mr. Millionaire Stories, though. Could you not find him, Yorick? Yeah, there's a guy that lives in hotels that's on here doing lives. It's called Mr. Millionaire Trust or something like that. I don't know how he lives, man. It's crazy. He's constantly streaming. He's on there all the time. He talks a lot of shit. He sounds very intelligent to begin with, and then it seems like he's intelligent, but he talks a lot of nonsense. And people who are on there just take the piss out of him, basically. I think that's his stick, his spiel, or whatever it is. I'll send you the link. I don't know why you want to look at the link, but I'll send you the link for that person. It's silly. That's what it is. That trauma gets stored physiologically. Absolutely, Zuki. It can do. Yes, absolutely. Anyway, I'm going to carry on. So relearning rebuilding. Let's go with rebuilding. So you notice that you don't have to defend every sentence. You don't have to justify everything that you say. Shouldn't have to feel like you need to do that. You shouldn't. Once you start to rebuild, though, you realize actually I don't need to explain myself all the time. When I say no, I say yes to myself. I love that saying. When I say no, I say yes to myself. When you say no, you say yes to yourself, should I say. Also, another one is when someone tries to make you feel guilty, say you think inside yourself, oh, my guilt button's not working. My guilt button's not working. Therefore, I sometimes even say it out loud, I go, do you know what? My guilt button's not working. Therefore, I'm calling you out. I'm putting a boundary in place, but I'm saying it in a jokey way. You try and make me feel guilty, but my guilt button's not working. So basically, your fucking bullshit doesn't work on me. That can help as well, in my opinion. Building hobbies again, finding what you like doing, finding your own self-worth, finding hobbies. That's a great thing to do. Doing whatever that fucking is, playing the computer, having pets, going for walks, doing activities that you like doing arts and crafts, it doesn't matter. Finding hobbies that you enjoy and that you can hopefully maybe experience with others, but you can do it on your own as well, of course. That can help you rebuild yourself, rebuild your self-confidence. Letting yourself rest without guilt. Let yourself just chill out without guilt, not feeling guilty anymore, taking it away, being kind to yourself, that type of fucking thing. This stage is slow, though. We've said this stage is fucking slow. It is. The healing process is slow, but it's powerful. Little signs of this could be like, let me think. I didn't explain myself 10 times today. Oh, I didn't. Someone asked me to do overtime and I said no, and I didn't even explain myself. That could be a sign that you're moving on, that you're healing. That's a little win. It's all about the little wins and acknowledging them and being aware of those little wins. I'll go back to the comments and I'll keep going. All right. So, Drinky, you're right. It gets stored physiologically. Yes, the mind-body connection with regards to what you're saying there. Yep, it takes time. Yorick saying, yeah, he's gone to show his golden eagle on other channels, probably off getting banned in a lot of them. Yeah, he spreads his. He's a very generous. He's generous with the gold, though, Yorick. He doesn't just spread it in one place. He spreads it everywhere, and he's very consistent and perseverant with his golden goodness. Let's say his golden goodness. He has a sunny disposition. What?
It's golden dust.
Golden dust, golden showers, whatever you want.
Brad.
Really, 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 really good. It's really nice. What's laughing, Dick?
I can't.
A golden ban. Yes, he's been banned. A right royal ban. Yes.
You're making me laugh too much.
All right.
Love it.
Okay, good to laugh. It's good to laugh. It's good to not take yourself so seriously all the time. It releases stress. Let's say. So let me talk about why you weren't stupid. Why you shouldn't feel stupid, even though you might feel stupid, of course. I want to say this very clearly. You weren't stupid. If you were young, you weren't stupid, man. And if you've never experienced anything before, then you shouldn't beat yourself up too much, because if you're new to it, if you're new to this type of thing, you weren't weak, you were not weak, and you weren't blind. Even though you might feel like you were blind to an extent, but you did see it eventually. You did see, if you're seeing through this eventually, sorry, I'm going on a bit. So who do narcissistic people target? Who are they going to target? They're going to see an empathetic person. They're going to target anyone who has empathy, anyone who's a good, decent person. They'll be like flies on shit too. They'll be drawn to you. They'll be like, you'll have a magnetic presence, won't you, towards a narcissist? You are attracted to them. If you have genuine empathy, they're going to be attracted to you. They're going to be attracted to all the good qualities that you have that they don't have. They're going to be attracted to that. They're going to be attracted to potentially deep, open-minded people, deep thinkers, deep, open-minded people. They're going to be potentially attracted to people who give second chances, people who give people the benefit of the doubt. They're going to be attracted to those as well. Of course they are. People with big hearts. People who have carry a lot of good, narcissistic people are going to be attracted to those types of people. People who want to understand others, people who, like open-minded people who want to understand others, people who want to help people. That type of person are going to be attracted to narcissistic people. But all of these traits are really good in you. If you have these traits, they're really good, really positive. And the strengths, of course, they are. So if anything, the fact that you were targeted says more about your strengths than your flaws. Remember that. If you've ever been targeted by a narcissist, you've been on the receiving end of the shit, it's because of your strengths, not because you're weak, it's because you're strong. It's because you have good strengths, you have good positive strengths. You're a good, strong, healthy, empathetic. You have a lot of empathy. You're a good person. You're a great person. You're a deep thinking, open-minded person. They're attracted to those positive traits in you, and they are your strengths. Even though you might feel like you're weak, you're not. I'll keep going, guys. So yeah, remember that, man. If the narcissistic person is targeting you, it's because there's a lot of strength in you, a lot of positive traits in you. Please remember that. I'm going to move on. So, if you're rebuilding after, I'm going to end soon. I feel like I've delivered this live a lot better, a lot better than the others. This is the way I need to be doing it. I need to be doing. I've got a bit lazy, and I've got a bit laid back, too laid back. I need to get back on fucking track. So anyway, let me finish with this. If you're rebuilding after narcissistic abuse, you're doing something incredibly brave. Please remember that. You're rewiring your entire identity. Basically, it could be even parenting yourself again. You're relearning how to feel safe. And you're here today, listening, thinking, healing. That matters. So you're here today, you're listening, you're thinking, you're working on yourself, you're therefore healing. That really does matter. It's a big thing. You might feel lost, and that's okay. We all feel lost sometimes, but you're not alone. You're really not alone. We've built something on this channel. We really genuinely have. The people that come in here I really appreciate you all. I really, really do. And it's for people who think deeply, like I've already said, who feel heavily and don't pretend. People that are real growth, basically real growth, real people. Yeah, pretty much. That's what we're about. So I'm going to wrap this up soon. But before I do, let me think. I want you to remember, you didn't imagine all these things if you've gone through this shit. You didn't imagine it. You weren't being dramatic, and you weren't the fucking problem. It wasn't you're not the problem. It's in them. If something is still hurting you, that's normal. We all hurt sometimes. We've all got something from psychological warfare. Sorry if it's gone off for a moment. You're recovering from psychological warfare. You've been attacked, basically, for your strengths. Because they'll never be what you are. They can never be what you are. And they'll probably resent you for that. I don't know. So yeah, that's it really for today. Thank you for watching, guys. I'm really sorry about this last week. I've been hard on myself. Last week I've been doing videos, and maybe beyond that, I've lost my way a little bit. I think I've been laid back and just creating videos without much thought, or I've been a bit lazy, and I don't like that. I'm beating myself up a bit. I want to get back on track. I'm going to get more structure going forwards. I'm going to deliver it in a much more energetic manner. Let's say that. I want to get back on track, and I feel like I've lost it a little bit recently. I think that's part of the growth process, though. It's all good. So you can say this channel's been a godsend, truly. Oh, thanks, Zuki. That means a lot. Really does. Thank you. Thanks to Dawn's not here today, which is absolutely fine. Thanks to Yorick as well, of course. Thank you to Sander. Thank you to anyone that's watched. Thanks to Dawn, who's not here right now. I really appreciate you all. I really, really do. If you want to send me an email, you can. It's inspirationalambivert@outlook.com. If you've got anything you want to discuss or share, feel free to email me. It's on my channel. If you look on my channel, it's www.inspirationalambivert@outlook.com. Feel free to email me if you want to. If you don't want to, that's fine. But if you want to share anything or you want me to try and help you with anything, I'll try my best to help you. So that email address is open to anyone. If anyone's got any suggestions or ideas, you want me to talk about things, then please just comment on my channel. Comment anywhere on one of my videos or whatever, and I'll bear that in mind. Thanks, Sandra, for sharing that. And thank you for being part of this tribe that we're all building. Okay. It's all good. So what time are we on now? It's 1:45. I'm going to call it a day now, guys. So thank you for your time. I'm really glad that I've delivered this in a much better structured way. Thank God for that. That's what we're doing going forwards. That's the way, basically. So thanks for your time and goodbye. Bye, Zuki. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Hopefully I'll be here tomorrow. I will try and be here tomorrow, okay? Around 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock-ish. Okay, thanks. Bye.
That was good.
It was a lot better.
Yeah, it was.
I've been shit.
It was funny.